let's talk about Louisiana, because specifically, you've seen this before, you've done this before, and you were successful at it before. And that's the thing you need to keep in mind as teachers. You're professionals, and you can overcome anything that's thrown at you. Always try to be optimistic. We've been through this before with the grade level learning expectations. That is when the state came down and said that every single parish, every single school, every single teacher needs to be learning X, Y, and Z by A, B, and C. Meaning there are certain standards to be taught by certain dates. And this is trying to unify the state. Now, let me tell you a little story of this. I taught chemistry in high school. And I had chemistry when I was in high school. And the amount in the same time frame that we had to cover was twice as much. I covered, my 18 weeks would have only got me to about week 9 or so of what I had to have before. We didn't have a curriculum. We didn't have a pacing guide. We would stay in class and just do a lot of work in class. There are advantages and disadvantages to this system, but you do tend to learn a lot more. Now, do you learn deeply? That's all subject to debate. But the point is you've seen this change before and you were successful in it. And let's really talk about and get to that positive news about Louisiana. The big thing is that there is a narrative that always says Louisiana's behind. I view things like the Common Core as a way to show that we are ahead because we do the best, especially given such a high population of those in poverty in our state. What we do in education in Louisiana is significant. It's improving with our state standards, and hopefully it'll continue to improve with our national standards. There are some bumps in the road we'll talk about, but by and large, if you take a look at this, see where we were and where we are. Now, of course, correlation doesn't mean causation. But if you notice in 1999, you had basically 46% of students at grade level measured by Leap Riley. Now you have 66% of students at grade level. And most notably, the achievement gap, the racial achievement gap, is closing. Now it still has a lot of room to go, but you are making improvements. And the idea is to continue these improvements.